Our topic for today is about sets. Pag-aaralan natin ang mga notation and symbols na ginagamit sa pagsulat ng set and how to name a set. Now, let us answer this question first. What are the things that belong to each group? So let's have primary colors. Here we have red, blue, and yellow. Positive even integers. Kapag sinabing even integers, these are the numbers divisible by 2. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and so on, so forth. And then weekdays. Ang ating mga weekdays ay Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, up to Friday. So what we did here is that we just put the things or object that belong to each category or group. And when we group things according to their common characteristics, sa math, ang tawag natin dito ay set. A set is a well-defined group of distinct objects that share a common characteristic. Kung babalikan natin yung unang activity, ang mga ito ay sets wherein well-defined ang pagkakagrupo niya. Sa una, primary colors. Wala tayong ibang malalagay na primary colors bukod dito sa tatlong ito. Ganun din sa pangalawa, 2, 4, 6, 8. These are positive even integers. The object in a set is called an element or member of the set. So here, we can say that 4 is an element of positive even integers, while Thursday is an element of weekdays. It is denoted by that symbol. So kapag nakita natin ang simbolo na parang letter E, that means it is an element of. For example, we can say that 2 is an element of positive even integers, blue is an element of primary colors, and Friday is an element of weekdays. Posible din na makakita tayo ng same symbol but there is a slash. So, ang ibig sabihin ng slash, it is not an element. For example, green is not an element of primary colors. 7 is not an element of positive even integers. And Saturday is not an element of weekdays. Balikan lang natin, pag sinabi nating well-defined, ibig sabihin, maayos ang pagkakadescribe natin sa grupo or set na ito in which very particular tayo sa ilalagay nating objects or elements. Meron kasing iba na akala nila set iyon pero hindi naman well-defined. For example, a set of pretty students. Ito, kahit na dinescribe mo na pretty students, hindi pa rin ito matatawag na set because hindi well-defined. Kasi iba-iba ang standard natin pag sinabing pretty. This is a subjective way of describing a group at hindi ito well-defined. So, hindi natin ito i-consider na set. Now, how do we write and name a set? So, we need to follow the following conditions whenever we write a set. So, unang-una, a set is usually named using an uppercase or capital letter. Gamitin natin yung examples kanina. Let's have set P for primary colors, and then set E for positive even integers, and then let's have set W for the weekdays. Elements of the sets are usually written in lowercase or small letters, and it can only be written once and are enclosed by braces, and commas are used to separate the elements. So, lagyan natin ng braces. So, we have red, blue, and yellow, and then closing brace. Ayan. Next, we have 2, 4, 6, 8 for positive, even integers. And for the weekdays, we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So, ganito lang ang pagsulat ng set. Ngayon, meron pang ibang paraan kung paano isulat ang set. We actually have 3 ways. The first one is the listing method. Actually, ang ginawa natin kanina, ang tawag dito ay listing method, wherein the distinct elements of the set are listed between braces. So, ito na yun. So, pwede natin din itong tawaging roster method. The next way is using verbal description method. Ibig sabihin, instead na isulat natin ang bawat element, we will be using short statement to describe the set. For example, we have set P as primary colors. Yung iba nilalagyan pa to ng braces, pero okay lang naman kung hindi. And then, the second one, set E is a positive even integers. W for the weekdays. So again, i-describe lang natin kung ano dapat yung laman ng bawat set. And this is the verbal description method. The third way is using the set builder notation or rule method. So dito naman, it uses a rule that determines whether an object is an element of the set rather than the actual elements. For me, parang combination siya nitong dalawang ito. Kasi instead na isulat mo sa loob ang mga elements, ang isusulat mo dito ay ang rule being described. So here, you can see that set P has the element X such that X is a primary color. So, ibig sabihin ng X such that X, ayun yung rule. That means, ang bawat element ng set na ito ay primary color. Set E, so X such that X is a positive even integers. And then, close braces. Is set W, wherein every element of this should be a weekday. Okay? So, tandaan ang mga ways na ito. Now, sa set, meron tayong tinatawag na cardinality. The cardinality of a finite set, denoted by this symbol, N of A, is the number of distinct elements in the set. Ibig sabihin, ilan ang elements ng bawat set. So, let's have the following sets as examples. Sa set D, gumamit ng verbal description method to describe the set, which means weekdays. So, kanina, ito na rin yung naging example natin at alam natin na ito ay from Monday to Friday. Therefore, ilang piraso yun? We have 5. So, the cardinality of set D is 5. The next one, set J, January, June, July. Gumamit naman dito ng listing method in which nakasulat na meron lamang itong 3 elements. The last example is set P, wherein X such that X is an odd number greater than 1 but less than 10. So it uses the rule method. At dahil may rule method, kailangan natin intindihin ang rule. Sabi, it is an odd number greater than 1. So alam natin na ang mga odd numbers ay 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 10, 11, and so on, so forth. Pero sabi, it must be greater than 1. So we must start with 3, 5, 7, 9. And then, up to 9 only kasi it must be less than 10. So, these are the elements of set P. So, ilang piraso ito? We have 4. That means the cardinality of set P is 4.